Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Survival of the Fitted. This is episode 34. You're chilling here with your boy, Joe Williams, aka Sloppy Joe. And we got Mr. Ian Pierre No over here on the other side of the camera with me today. How are you feeling today, my guy?
I feel great. When did you, Sloppy Joe?
Yeah, I think you ordered a Sloppy Joe at the
I
restaurant the other day, and I was
Joe
like, I'm going to make that my nickname on the next podcast.
Oh, wow, so this one, you planned ahead.
Yeah, because I was like, Sloppy Joe, that's a good nickname. It's not, but I'm running out of nicknames. We're 34 deep, ladies and gentlemen. You know,
that's okay. I mean, only 3,400 more to go.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Are you cool, or every time that we film this show, do you worry if you're wearing something that you've already worn?
That's a good question. I haven't repeated any tops so far.
So do you worry about that, or do you just throw shit on and you're like, I haven't worn this before?
I think the 47 people who watch this on YouTube can see my top 2 weeks in a row. I'm not tripping like that, but I'm not worried. Are you worried on your side?
Bro, I'm like drowning in a puddle of anxiety because I'm unsure if I've worn this hoodie before.
I know I haven't repeated anything, but if I did, I'd just start back to the front and just go, look what I had on week 1 and just, you know what I mean? Recycle it, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So you're cool is what we're saying. And I'm probably not in this situation.
You're good. You definitely have more clothes than me, but we're solid.
Yeah. I have more clothes, but I still wear the same 3 pieces over and over again until I get 3 new pieces, and I wear those over and over and over. And it's just a never ending cycle.
I kind of fall in that category. I'm not going to lie.
So speaking of wearing the same thing and worrying about that, you know who doesn't worry about wearing the same thing over and over?
Who doesn't worry about wearing the same thing over and over again?
Kanye and Julia Fox. And I'm not sure if that's cool as fuck or if it's super weird. So you know the backstory, right?
This is the girl he's dating?
Yes. No, so Kanye and Kim Kardashian, who have children together, they broke up. He was still missing his Kimberly, but she got with Pete Davidson. So then he started dating Julia Fox, who's not really famous, but now she's famous. But she's pretty cool. She was in Uncut Gems. She makes paintings out of her own blood. Interesting woman. But anyway, they moved super fast. They basically met each other and immediately became the it couple that lives together and does everything together. And when they first met, their first or second date, he basically cleaned out her entire closet, bought an entire Balenciaga store. And that was the whole story. She did this interview and she was yeah, Kanye bought me the entire Balenciaga store. He had me try on everything. And now I have a new closet. And because he didn't like her old closet, but she wears the same outfit every single day. I'm I thought you got the whole Balenciaga store. And that's she wild. Looks good. It's these low rise pants, which I can't believe that's back in again. But I don't know, wearing the same outfit every day. Is that cool?
Definitely not. I think he did that with Kim Kardashian too. I remember that. I was watching the episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and he did that same thing. So
really, what was it?
The game.
Break it down.
She had a bunch of sparkly stuff. It was a bunch of 2000s era type stuff in her closet, and then he came and just Yeezy-fied it. We're gonna wear. This is this is during the era of the stonewashed denim and Chelsea boots and red flannels. But he's just winning Fear of God.
That era closet was a mistake.
I love that era. Oh wow.
Oh my!
That was my senior high school.
That was the youth pastor swag.
That was the youth pastor swag. That was so hard.
Of course you like
hard.
it.
Yeah,
of all the Kanye swag. Mistakes, the only thing that comes, obviously the MAGA hat was bad, but number 2 was the Chelsea boots and stonewashed ripped jeans.
You talking about the sparkly jacket one?
No,
isn't that the one at the Met Gala?
Oh no, Met Gala shit's cool. I'm just talking when he wore Chelsea boots.
Oh,
that was the worst Kanye mistake besides the red hat. Anyways, what was lost in all of this is you watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
My brother does. and I just was watching it with him. He's crazy.
Oh, yeah. No, my brother watches it. My roommate watches it. My mom watches it. And I just tap in here and there. Okay, so Joe watches Keeping Up with the Kardashians. That's this one I did not expect. TV was
a thing too, but yeah, he's crazy on it. I'm watching it with
Remember
him.
when you used to get home from school and like flip through the channels?
Bro, you know what I used to do? This is crazy. Like,
what?
I remember when Kobe Bryant used to play, and I used to, like, before school on SportsCenter, they'd have like that bottom line. This is when I didn't even have a cell phone. This is like 2012 or 11. I don't know. I used to just wait for the Lakers score to pop up. Like, I would not leave for school until like the Lakers score popped up, and I see if they win or lost. And then they used to have the show called Highlight Express back before like House of Highlights or anything was a thing. And I would wait there, sit in front of the TV, waiting for the Laker game to show up just to see him hit like 2 fadeaways. And it's like, the Lakers win by 9. I'm like, all right, I can go to school now. That's crazy, man. That feels like it's a whole beautiful, bro. Gap.
TV was like wild. So fun, man. Like, you used to have to like go like when you were really popping and you like got off cable and you got like the when you got off basic cable and you got like Dish Network, you could like see the shows through the guide. You didn't have to like flip through anymore. You could just like see that Sweet Life of Zach and Cody was on without like going to that channel. Like that shit was it. Like you would get home and just boop, 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 take your choosings. And you'd be like, what I want to watch isn't on now, but iCarly comes on at 6, and you would like plan your day. Like at 6, I'm going to come back so I can catch iCarly.
Yeah. What was like your go-to show or like your favorite show from that era?
What age?
Any age, just whenever you're watching TV, probably like.
I always loved watching Everybody Hates Chris because they had it on like all the time.
Oh yeah,
and that's a show that like I have a sister who's like 6 years younger than me, so that was like a show that was like we could both watch. When I was like 14 and she was 8, I guess.
Yeah.
But yes, that was probably my go-to. How about you?
My go-to is Zoe 101. I love that show. Like it just made high school look so much cooler than it really was, or like just any boarding school, move away, living on campus. It was just like, man, I gotta get to this. Fortunately, never got to it, but
all 2000 shows made high school like look sick. Like now, like our shows about high school, like Euphoria makes high school look like just like hell. Like it's like this is hell on earth going to high school. And like back in like the 2000s, like the shows, the movies, like it was so different. It was like, damn, like this shit's popping. Like, you know what I mean? Like kids were just like making out in the hallway, but it was kind of beautiful. And like there was pep rallies and
Drake and Josh right there. Yeah.
Right. It was sick.
Yeah, for sure. I'm right there with you.
The world's on demon time now. High school's hell. Back to the topic at hand. I think there's like a plus to wearing the same thing every single day though. Like if you're building a brand, like think about like who's like a star football player besides Tom Brady and Odell Beckham?
Like Stephon Diggs.
Sure, Stephon Diggs, great example. Like, I'm not 1,000% sure I would immediately recognize Stephon Diggs in public.
That's fair.
Like, maybe I'd be like, oh, that might be Stephon Diggs, you know? But like, if I see LeBron, I'm like, oh shit, it's LeBron. I'm not being, is that maybe LeBron? You know what I mean? But like, if he was wearing his Bills jersey out and about, I would be like, oh, that's him. You know what I mean? Like, I won't question if I see Julia Fox around LA. I'll be like, oh, the low rise, is that Julia Fox? Oh, she got low rise pants on. That's Julia Fox. So it kind of like builds her image. How many like of that outfit do you think she owns?
Is it the same one? Because it's funny you say that because the only picture I ever seen with her, she had that outfit on. It was like in the airport or something.
Yeah, she wears that outfit every day. She wore like something different when they went to like a Kenzo show at Paris Fashion Week. But yeah, it's the same thing over and over. So I wonder, because they've been traveling together. Like, is her suitcase just like 7 of that outfit? Is she just wearing it over and over again? A little stinky? Like, what's going on?
That's gross. That's so gross.
Yeah.
She got money. He has money. I'm sure it's not the same one. I feel like Kanye West is probably the type of person to buy the exact same article of clothing like 15 times. That way he can just like cycle through it. Like Dr. Dre does with like Air Forces or something. He'd probably be the one to do that.
Yeah, you're probably right. So she probably owns like 20 of these Balenciaga outfits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What a year for Balenciaga it's been. I remember like Balenciaga was like the first brand we talked about here because they did like the Simpsons show and the Fortnite collab. Now they have like the Gap Yeezy shit. Like,
yeah,
it is like the year of Balenciaga.
You think so?
Yeah, dude. Like they're like the only like high end designer that's like on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, like Balenciaga has a TikTok account.
I like Dior. I feel like they had a high rise. The time they had the whole Pop Smoke scene, Air Jordan 1s.
Bro, they were, Dior was in their bag for a second. They had the Dior Chucks, the Dior Jordans, Pop Smoke. Like, I feel like Balenciaga is like on that wave now. And then I don't know who's going to be next. I think it'll be like
Balenciaga Jordan collab. We need it.
Do we?
You seen the Kanye West thing where he posted the Jumpman? We got a Kanye West Jordan coming out, maybe.
Oh, yeah. You want a conspiracy theory about this?
I mean, dang, the whole Yeezy jumped over Jumpman. Like, well, I feel like we got to stand by our word, my guy. You can't be going over here switching sides to the enemy. Come on, Kanye, what you doing? Like,
I think if there's anyone that switched sides to the enemy back and forth, it's probably been Kanye. It was like, Trump, God, Chicago. Like, what is it? You know what I mean? Like,
Walt Disney. Start saying brands.
Yeah.
Google.
What do you want to see from Kanye and Jordan? A crock pot?
Crockpot. We need a sneaker, obviously. I feel like Jordan's clothes is really lame. I don't know if I get in trouble for saying that, but his clothes are pretty lame.
I'd agree.
Like, hopefully we can agree. I've never seen anything Jordan related I was like, oh, that's cool. When they did the Supreme collab, I was like, wow, that is incredibly lame. Like, Lil Yachty cannot make that look cool. I'm sorry, you fumbled that. But yeah,
the Cactus Jack clothing was okay. They did like the khaki colored like vest and stuff.
Yeah.
But the bar is low. I'm with you. I'm with you. Like, no one's wearing a Jordan sweatsuit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully he can go and like change the clothing aspect of it. But as far as like sneakers, what's like a silhouette you think you would snap on low key?
I don't think it would be very Kanye to hop on like a Jordan sneaker that already exists.
Oh, you think
you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he would have to create his own. I don't think there's gonna be like a Kanye Air Jordan 1. Because Kanye thinks he's more famous than Michael Jordan, which he might be when it's all said and done. But
I wouldn't put it past him.
Dude, Kanye is just like, you know how like Chris Paul is like on this tour of just like making shitty basketball teams good? Like, Clippers were shitty, made him good. Oklahoma City was shitty, made him good. Houston was like average, made him good. Phoenix, shitty, made him good. He's just like on this tour of making NBA teams better. Like, I feel like that's what Kanye is doing with like these brands. Like, Balenciaga was obviously never shitty, but like, he's like, boom, now you're the number one brand in the world. You know, which they are. It's like not even a debate. Gap, like, Gap's not cool. Like, they literally like, what's that Ryan Gosling movie where he's like, you are like too good for the Gap, or like whatever. Gap, cool. Like, Adidas, he made it Adidas cool, and Adidas like was like second fiddle to Nike for years upon years upon years, and now he's about to make like now he's about to make Jordan cool. It doesn't sound right, but you know what I mean. But I feel like Kanye is like on this like tour of just like making brands cool again, which I'm kind of cool with. Like, you get a collab, you get a collab, you get a collab. Shit, even Slam got a collab.
Yeah, you want to talk about that? Can we get some behind the scenes scoop of this? You know what I'm saying? New Slam magazine.
You want me to talk about the Slam cover?
Yeah, you got more knowledge than everybody.
Yeah.
So you gotta.
So I'm not gonna lie, I've like been on like a few cover shoots before for Slam, and I've like contributed. Like, the LA Clippers shoot with like Trez, Lou, and Pat, I think was my first one. No, LaMelo was my first one. But, you know, like, I've contributed something to all of them. Like, you know, I was part of like the creative when we were like coming up with ideas for the J. Cole cover, blah, 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 blah. The Ye cover, so our boss is Adam Figman, who's cool.
Shout out.
Yeah, maybe he'll get a Ye collab next. I guess this is his Ye collab. I guess that's a terrible example. Anyway, Adam is like, cool. Anyway, he hits me up like a random like Tuesday or something like that. And he was like, yo, what you got going on today? And I was like, well, you know, like a ton of work because I'm the busiest worker ever. And he was like, well, there's a Kanye cover shoot tonight. I need you to like hire like lighting and like get equipment and all this stuff. And I'm like, what? So anyway, I like drop everything I'm doing, which was a bunch of stuff. And I like go and I hire lighting people. I'm like calling all these production people like last minute, like, can you do lighting tonight for Kanye? Anyway, so we have this warehouse where we're supposed to shoot Kanye. We get there, it's like 8 p.m. We set up, and it's been like 3 or 4 hours, which like is pretty par for the course. Like, I'm not tripping at this point. I'm like, nah, he comes when he comes. It's whatever. And then the photographer who was one of Kanye's people gets a call, and he's like, yo, Kanye wants to shoot at the studio. We get to the studio. We're setting up, and I was actually in the restroom, and I come out of the restroom, and Kanye's out, and he's talking to Justin LeBoy, like his manager. He points, Kanye like stops whatever conversation they're having and points at me and like puts his hands in the air like, who the hell is that? Yeah. And I was just like, I've never been so intimidated.
Did you like introduce yourself? Like,
no, fuck no.
Oh, you're like, you're the one like working on it.
Dude, Kanye was like the most intimidating person I've ever been around in my entire life. And like, boom, like before we've even set up lighting or anything, like we do the shoot, click, click, boom, it's done. Like Kanye's out for like 120 seconds. And in that 120 seconds, Playboy Cardi was there. Michelle Lamy was there, which I think I told that story on this pod. Like that's the context. That's where she showed up. Mm-hmm. It was like, and then like, it was just like a fever dream. I like couldn't believe it. Like it happened. It was just so quick. Like it was in like this weird cramped like music studio. So like shout out to like Les and the graphic designers at Slam, because they really like,
made
turn that
cool.
cover up. Yeah, they made it look cool. But yeah, dude, being in the same room was having Kanye West point at me was one of like the craziest things that ever happened to me. And I don't really get like starstruck because wait, I don't get starstruck because for the same reason that you no longer get starstruck. Can you
I get starstruck,
tell the people why you don't get starstruck anymore?
I definitely get starstruck.
No,
when we all the time.
When you were in LA last week,
I'm like, oh my god, is that Ian Pierre?
Okay, stop.
I'm starstruck.
No, but when we were in LA this weekend, we were at that Ian Dior album release party. And Joe looks at me. He goes, I can't be starstruck. All these people are shorter than
unfortunately.
me.
I'm not even tall either.
I know you're like 6 foot, right?
I'm 6 foot, and I had some shoes on that made me like 6'2". There's no reason I should be like head and shoulders the tallest person in there. But
all famous people are short.
Yeah, it was crazy, man.
Except J. Cole.
Famous. Yeah.
But yeah, it is hard to be starstruck by like Kanye was shorter than me.
How tall is
like
Kanye
noticeably? Shorter than me. I'm 6'1".
I'm gonna look it up.
But like when you look at like videos of Kanye West, like he looks like he's like 6'5". Like, I don't understand. Like, paparazzi can just make people look tall.
Oh, he's 5'8", which is solid.
Yeah.
That's like a below average.
That's solid.
It's not like he's like super short or anything.
Right. But like, if you had to guess with no context how tall Kanye was,
I would have said like 5'11". I think Drake.
You would have said he's at least 6 foot. Sheesh.
Maybe.
Sheesh.
Maybe.
Yeah. This is just the Kanye episode.
This is the Ye episode.
This is the Ye episode, which is sick. What's your favorite Kanye album?
I would say Jesus is King, #1, and then maybe 808s and Heartbreak after that.
That's a good choice. I like Graduation.
Graduation's cool. I played Graduation when I graduated. Like
so did
graduated, ran off the stage, and then like went into the car and played Graduation. I was like,
that's what I did when I graduated college. Like my parents took me out to dinner. Okay, one more kind of Kanye related thing. Speaking of like Fashion Week and wearing the same outfit is, have you seen that like rappers are now debuting their songs in fashion shows?
Debuting? I haven't heard about that.
Yeah, so like Kid Cudi, who's dropping a couple albums this year, like he played a song no one's heard before at, I forget which show. so spare me. But he debuted a song at a show. A$AP Ferg and A$AP Rocky debuted songs at a show. Tyler, the Creator, did like the whole music for the Louis show. I think it was Louis. Maybe it was Gucci. Whatever show he rode the bike in. But like that's kind of cool, and I feel like we missed that opportunity to coordinate with our boy and release the LeagueFits song.
Oh man, I mean it's not too late.
We should have like debuted the LeagueFits song at like the Tom Ford show.
Yeah,
you know,
what's his name? MB Brown, I think. Shout out
MB3,
to my mans.
MB3 Brown, our
Shout
boy.
Out to my mans. He said he put me in a song the other day. I was like, man, say less. Let me hear it.
Oh, because you haven't already been name dropped in the song?
Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't. You know, but he was just like, I got a lyric for you, dude.
It's okay.
Like,
when I posted this song, like the very first comment was like, "Why wasn't Joe name dropped?"
Yeah. Shout out to the people who be checking
I was like,
in the LeagueFits comments.
I know. But like, to be fair, I was like, I've been doing this since 2018.
You said I put my years in. I earned my lyric.
Yeah, you gotta grind first. You gotta make a TikTok first.
You gotta make a TikTok and then you get your lyric. That's how you get it. Unlocked.
Yeah, that's how it works. All right, man.
Goodness.
Thanks for tapping in, y'all.
All right, episode 34 in the books, Survival of the Fitted.
Oh, and Joe wore Chrome Hearts today. Chrome Hearts.
Oh, Chrome Hearts, yeah, Chrome Hearts. It's all Chrome Hearts. Go follow Survival of the Fitted wherever you get your podcast. Tell them that intern Joe sent you. Click the follow button. Go follow Survival of the Fitted.